So, good morning, everyone, and welcome from Suriname to all our members. First of all, of course, our trainer, our JCI trainer, our assigned IVP, Heather Fardell, and all our members from JCI Suriname. And as I see, we have also members from other parts of the world. Not sure from where. I think I saw in the chat box from Nigeria and all our other members present. Welcome to this Effective Leadership course, an official JCI course, which we of JCI Suriname are offering as part of our mid-year convention. I just want to wish all of you lots of success, lots of fun during this very interesting meeting. And having said that, I want to give the floor to our assigned VP, Heather Fardell.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Heather. I'm from South Carolina in the USA. We will start this course, but I'm going to just do a little bit of housekeeping. So a lot of you registered on the JCI website. You have until the end of this course to register. If you have not registered, I will be going over and closing the course immediately. What will happen is in about 3 to 4 days, you'll get a link from JCI with a test. You have 60 days to take the test. I do not recommend waiting 60 days, but once you take the test, if you pass the test, then you will have access to these slides and the trainer's guide and essentially be a certified trainer. I do not recommend starting to just train. I mentored under somebody for about a year before I started training on my own. So, it's definitely an art to that, especially online and virtual training. So this is a very interactive course. So be prepared to have your phones or your phones, your computers. It's early here. It's a lot earlier here than it is there. Ready to unmute and participate. You're kind of at a disadvantage because I can see the participant's name, so I can just call on you if you don't participate. So it's definitely a lot more entertaining if you participate. So please be prepared to take your mics off mute and participate. I will apologize in advance. I do this for all my virtual trainings. I have a 2-year-old puppy that is not well behaved. So at some point you will hear him knock something over and make a ruckus. Ask poor President Dorothy from the West Indies. She had to deal with a few minor interruptions during several of her course trainings due to Rufus and his shenanigans. So I will try to keep those at a minimum, but make no promises. So with that, we will dive right in with JCI Effective Leadership. So think about, I want everyone to think about someone who has inspired you to do something you had never imagined you to do. And how did this person inspire you? It can be within JCI, with one of your mentors. It could be within your career. It could be in your personal life. It could be someone who is famous, who inspired you. Just take a minute and think about who that could be. For me, it was in JCI, it was a mentor by the name of Noel Bailey and Scott Bryant. They saw something in me at the local level and helped mentor me all the way up to the national and international level. And every time I doubted myself, they were the people I went to and confided in. So with that, I will open this up if you want to share someone who inspired you to do something that you would never imagine you would do, and how did this person inspire you? We'll open it up for about 2 minutes. I promise the course will go by a lot quicker if you interact.
So if you have something to add, please.
Thank you, National President Roger. Well, this was done by one of my mentors. At the time, I was an engineer working for the state-oil company, and I always imagined myself just being an engineer until this person challenged me, and he said, "Well, why don't you try your hand at leading a couple of people? Why don't you step in front of the group and show people what you think the way is that it should be done?" And I never imagined myself as being in front of the group, but this person had a lot of trust in me and said, "Well, give it a try." And it went a lot better than I expected, and it helped me to develop or recognize something which was inside me that I'd never really considered. So I'm eternally grateful for mentors like these that see something in you and challenge you to do stuff that you never imagined for yourself. That's it.
Great. Anybody else?
Shivani?
I have, yes, okay. I was just gonna say I have my hands raised, but I don't see anyone calling on me. For me, it was actually my old boss. His name is Daryl. And I just started working at this company, an Australian company, in Suriname here. And it was just a couple of months working. And he said to me, Shivani, we have this convention coming up, the Bowen Members. That's a really big thing here in Suriname, every August. So he said, Shivani, why don't you go ahead and lead this convention, give our personnel the sales training, communication training. And I, just a 20-year-old girl, I had no idea what this guy saw in me. He just gave me this responsibility. So yes, I did it. I went ahead and I just did it. And I can say that it was a successful convention. I met a lot of people, I made a lot of friends, and I networked quite a bit. So yeah, let's say thank you, Daryl.
Awesome. That's exactly what we want to hear. So then we'll move into name someone you consider a great leader, and what is your reasoning for that choice? This is where a lot of people pick someone famous or maybe someone well known. But name someone that you consider a great leader, and why do you consider them a great leader?
Anyone?
This is when I usually hear Muhammad Ali, Barack Obama. I have actually heard, and even though he was a horrible human being in terms of a leadership and people following him, I've heard Adolf Hitler in these trainings. Believe it or not, they're not totally wrong in a sense of that that's your leadership style. But not all leaders would necessarily be good people. So name someone that you consider a great leader.
I saw acting LP Ryan first.
Okay.
This is usually the part of the course where I'm told to hold back a little because I speak too much, but I guess
no, it's a
you
small
guys
group.
are blessing me.
Yeah, it's a small group. Go for it.
Well, I was considering to add a bit of controversy until you said Adolf Hitler, so that's out of the window.
Yeah.
But well, I guess I'll go the more conventional route and say Nelson Mandela, purely because I respect him for following principles. And I think that's something that we do not stick enough with nowadays. And people who stick to principles and act upon principles, not upon situations or the people around them, those are the people that generally have a harder path, a tougher path. But those are the ones you aspire to be like. So I would say Nelson Mandela, purely because he was a person of principles and acted continuously upon principles.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. And I also saw Shivani.
Yes, thank you, National President. For me, it's someone a bit more local. She's the head of our district, is Miss Audrey Hankers. She essentially, since she became the head of our district, I've seen a lot of development in our infrastructure, in the way people behave. Because Lady Darab is a very friendly place. We love our food and everything, but we had this kind of discrimination between the Vietnamese people and the Indian people here. But since she became the head of district, I've seen a bit of more of a fusion in these two kind of people. Also, since she became head of district, the bureaucracy here has been a bit more simpler. I mean, you could just walk up to this woman and you could just speak to her. She's a really simple person, no bullshitting with her, but you can actually talk to her. That's the kind of person I think is a great leader. Someone that doesn't act all pompous and, all that. Someone you can just talk to, who can show you the way, but has a great attitude and has a lot of experience in life. She's a woman I actually idolize. Thank you.
Thank you. I also see local president Rinat.
Good day, everybody.
Good day.
The person I see as a great leader for me, or someone I aspire to be like, is the current president of Suriname, Bouterse. Because when he talks, everybody listens. Even let me say, the enemy listens. And even though he did some things that are not so so great within the community, we can all see that Suriname is listening when he talks. I want to be someone that when I open my mouth, that everybody listens. So that's why I like him.
Thank you very much, Rinat. Very good observation. I just want to make a quick request to everyone. If your internet permits it and it's possible, please put on your cameras. Thank you.
All right, so we'll move on. I hope all of you, even if you're not participating, to please do these discussions with us, even if they're on your own. Oh, absolutely, Martin Luther King Jr. We definitely hear that a lot as a great leader. What are the similarities between the person who inspired you and the person you considered a great leader? Generally, the person who inspired you is someone close to you, someone obviously not as famous, but someone who's mentored you and been there for you, and then the person you consider a great leader. What are some of those similar characteristics between those two people that you thought of in the first two discussions? What would you say are their similar characteristics?
VP, excuse me for a second. I had some answers in the chat box. Maybe you want me to read them quickly from the last question?
Yeah, I saw Martin Luther King Jr. and I read that one.
There was also Mahatma Gandhi from Ishina, and from our local president, Gabriela Cisha Tarachi Hansen, because she was a single mother without money, but she made something great of her life and is now very successful.
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry, yeah?
No, go for it. So you don't have to have participated in the first two to answer this question if you want to, but if you did, please feel free. What are some of the similarities between the two people that you thought of from the first two discussions? most of the time I hear good public speaker. I've heard willing to challenge the status quo, willing to think outside the box.
We have some people, VP.
Go for it.
LP Ryan, acting LP Ryan.
Thank you again. The similarities are, and these are things that I guess you hear a lot, is willing to act upon principles and not standing for what is, but what can be, especially what should be, and just going for that, even if that means that taking action will be to your detriment, personal, physical, mental, whatever, but just standing for something and going for it. And actually, both of these people are great speakers as well. When they speak, people listen, just like Rinat mentioned. I guess that's another similarity that great leaders share. And they just stick to their principles and go for whatever needs to be done in order to reach their goals. That was it.
Thank you, acting LP. And I see LP Rinat.
Yes, I didn't answer the first question, but that person for me is Marvin Polak. He's a good friend of mine. And the similarities that they have is they're both great speakers and they know how to influence. So that's why they both, I consider them inspiring and great leaders.
Thank you. I also see Mijas Chitrakar, IPP. Sorry, I can't read everything.
Thank you so much, NP. Yeah, I am Mijas Chitrakar from JCI Nepal, local president of 2019 of JCI Patan. So, common thing about a leader would be they're more have a greater vision, and they are much more down to earth, and they know how to talk with us. I guess that's much more common about that.
That was all, VP Heather.
Awesome, awesome. So all of this led us to the course objectives. At the end of this course, this is one of our quicker courses. So it will not hold 2 hours as listed on the agenda. But at the end of this course, you should have an understanding of effective leadership that will inspire the participants to become leaders, which is why we discussed what type of leadership, what type of person inspires you, whether it's professionally, personally, or someone famous. Determine the key set of skills required for effective leaders to emerge. Identify that will enable them to grow in their capacity and motivate others to take action for a common purpose. So with that said, we are going to move into, in your opinion, what is leadership? There's no right or wrong definition. There are many definitions depending on the person, the culture. On the next slide, I will show you what leadership will essentially mean for this specific course, but I want to hear first what you consider is leadership.
I see LP Rinat.
Yes, thank you. In one word, leadership is influence.
Okay. Thank you very much. I see JC Rakesh Hosabetu.
Thank you so much. In my opinion, leadership is always inspiring others, influencing the whole team towards a particular goal. That is my opinion, sir.
Thank you very much. I see LP Fernanda.
Thank you, NP. Good morning, everyone. My excuses for my if I'm not being heard very well. For me, leadership is the ability to be able to gather people around to reach a common goal. Because often people that work together have different backgrounds and different personalities. It is the ability to bring everyone together to reach a common goal.
Thank you very much. And I see acting LP Ryan. So a lot of people here. First, Ryan.
Thank you. Well, I guess most of it's been said. Um, Leadership is to be able to influence others towards a common goal while being able to tell all types of differences, all types of varieties of people, but to ultimately uplift whoever's around you.
Thank you. Our Deputy National President, Crystal.
Hi, for me, leadership actually, the most things have been said, but for me, leadership is motivating, inspiring others to act in order to act towards a common goal to reach that together.
Thank you. And as last, we have Shiwani, and then I want to share some comments in the chat box.
Yes, for me, leadership is a bit different, or what I personally experience. According to me, leadership is motivating and inspiring your team or a person to reach their greatest potential. Because you can inspire someone to reach a common goal, but it might be that the person does not put in all effort to reach that goal. If this person or your team puts in all the effort, you might reach your common goal faster or have a greater result. So it's for me, it's reaching, influencing your team to reach their full potential.
Very good point, Shiwani. Thank you very much. I would also like to add what's been said in the chat. From Yushina, we have strong character and clear vision. From our local president, Gabriela, we have perseverance and a vision. From our VP at Naomi, we have determination and love. And once again, from our LP Gabriela, when someone can motivate others to do great things. That's about it, VP. Heather.
Awesome. Awesome. All of those are great characteristics. It's actually I've done this course several times, and love is the first time I met, and I would agree with that 100%. Because if you are passionate about something, it's very, very hard to be a leader in it. So that was a good answer. But all of them are great answers. For this specific course, JCI has defined leadership as a set of skills, processes, behaviors, and capabilities that a person needs to motivate and direct others. Leadership skills are the tools, behaviors, and capabilities that a person, I already read that. So yet true leadership skills involve something more, the ability to help people grow in their own abilities. It can be said that the most successful leaders are those that drive others to achieve their own success. So it's about how you can help other people and motivate other people towards a common goal for sure. Effective leadership is the ability to help. What is effective leadership? Sorry, this toolbar here is blocking part of my screen. Hold on, let me move that over. Okay. So what is effective leadership? It is the ability to help people grow in their own abilities. Successful leaders are those who drive others to achieve in their own success. So it's about how you can help other people. It's not a selfless or selfish, act. So like I said, this is a very interactive course. I'm glad Roger picked this one, so you're not just listening to me talk the whole time like some of the other ones. Do you remember someone that communicated your worth and potential so clearly that it profoundly influenced your life? So this question is asking you to think about a person, a friend, a family member, a coworker, anyone who at any time spoke to you and made you understand and realize your capabilities. This is not someone who encouraged you to do things you would not normally do. This is a person who also deeply changed the way you face challenges or who influenced your life in a positive way. This is normally done in teams of 2 or 3, but because we are in a virtual setting and it's a small group, we'll take maybe 2 or 3 people to share their story about this.
VP Heather, if at any time you want to use a breakout room, the option is also there.
Okay.
So nobody, let me see. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the raised hands. Okay, I see JC.
Those raised hands are small.
JC Mijas Chitrakar.
Thank you, NP. One person who really motivated me and made me realize the true worth and the potential of me was my past president and the past JCI VP, Senator Joydeep Vaidya. He was it was back when I was just a member in 2013. So when he was giving a speech, he directly pointed at me and said that, you need to do something because like you just joined GCI, and if you don't target for the head, or if you don't target to be a president of just of the local president, or be a local president of this organization, then you're not worth of leading someone, or like you're not here to do something else. You're not here to do any social work or anything. You're here to lead. So that was the point when I got motivated to be the LP of my local chapter. So uh, and I am the youngest local president of 2019. I became the president at the age of 24, where usually in Nepal, there are like people who would be local president at the age of 30 to 25, or like around the age of 25 to 35. Yeah, that is how he motivated me.
Thank you very much. A very inspiring story. Acting LP Ryan.
Thank you, Roger. Well, my story has less roses and daisies in it, I guess. This was done by my mentor, and he basically said, "Why the hell are you half-assing your way through this?" There is I mean, usually these great influential people, they come and say all these great things about you. He just came up to me and said, "Why the hell are you half-assing your way through all of this? There's a lot more that you can do. I have seen this and this and this. So I want you to step up. I know there's a lot that you can do, and you do exactly what is required of you. But the worst thing that you can be is average. I want you to be exceptional." And I couldn't speak for a few seconds after that, because generally these people are very. This was a consultant in our company. They overload you with compliments, but this one just said, "You are half-assing your way through this," and that is not using the gifts that you have received properly. So stop this and get your act together. Well,
Thank
and
you.
that was amazing.
Thank you, Acting LP Ryan. Very inspiring. LP Fernanda.
Thank you, Anpage. For me, it's also one of the names that already was raised or mentioned earlier by LP Dinat. For me, from when I was a young and rather insecure girl of 16, Senator Marvin Pollock, which I've got to know during the speaking and speaking training for the schools, FAOS, and he has been from that point on to um, until now, somewhat like a coach, and he has had a great impact on my growth and development from that rather young and insecure girl to the confident woman that I am today. So I am very thankful for his influence during that training
Nice. Thank you
and
very much,
beyond.
LP. Thank you very much. Deputy National President Crystal.
Yeah, thank you. For me, it's for the last 6 years. I actually before the last 6 years, I've been challenged with coming back to Suriname and getting actually if you've been away for some years, then it's very a bit difficult to get used to it all again, especially professionally. And for the last 6 years, I've had someone who saw me as that I could be a big difference professionally, and that is the person who actually told me, it's a business partner, was a business partner of my father, and actually his daughters weren't able to take over from him, and that is the person who told me, I see you as a daughter, and I think that you should take over from me. That's the person I followed the last couple of 6 years professionally in the things that I've done socially, like leading a children's home, but also with an NGO, starting an NGO on prostate cancer, and for now also in the Ministry of Finance, um, trying to find a way, not politically, because I have a political function, but besides all of the political discussions and things, that I can still find my way, and that is my mentor, that is my inspirator, and even when I'm stuck, even if it's a JCI thing, actually, I can just talk to this person. It's Mr. Warning. I can just talk to him, and he'll keep me grounded. He'll tell me, you need to calm down, just take your time and think rationally about the things you do, so I can always go to him, and he'll just say, he'll have some harsh words sometimes, as my father also does, but he'll keep you grounded, and say, keep you back, or get you back on your feet, so you can think what your next step will be. So that is my inspiration.
Thank you, DMP. That was all, PP.
Awesome. Those are great stories and exactly what this was looking for. And the main reason this is looking for, so we're going to go, we're actually going to utilize the breakout rooms, Roger, for this this team exercise. So we'll have, like I was just doing the math, it looks like there's 21 people in here. If you take Roger and myself out, that would be 19. So Roger, if you want to put 4 people in each group, and then I think one group will have a 5th person. In just 1 second though. So what I want you to do is think of a leader that you admire and what qualities do they have, what are their behavior, and what do they say and motivate. So no one is born a great leader, but we all have the potential to become great leaders. If we are able to identify with any of the characteristics of those who inspire us towards a common purpose, you too can learn those skills, develop that character, and gain new experiences and challenge you to lead. So you're going to be given 4 minutes to do this exercise, and at the very end of it, pick one person to speak. So we'll have 4 groups and 4 speakers at the end. So think of someone that you admire. What qualities do they have? What are their behavior like? And what kind of things do they say and motivate? If you want to take a quick picture of this to work on in your groups, Roger, you can start breaking everybody out. And we'll start the timer once everybody's in a breakout room.
It's 5 rooms, right?
You can do 4 rooms.
4 rooms?
4 rooms. Yeah, 4 rooms, because that'll be 16 people, and then 17, 18, 19. And then 3 of those will just have 5 people. So you do 4 rooms and just break them out.
Okay, just a second there. Let me just. So 4 rooms of 5 people.
Yeah, and I think one group will have only 4 people, but yes.
Okay.
Because you and I will stay out.
Yeah, I'm just creating it because I'm doing it manually.
No problem.
Otherwise, okay. 4. One more person here. So let me see if I put myself somewhere here, because I'm still getting. Oh no. Move. So I accidentally put you in a room, Heather.
I just won't accept it.
But the thing is, I can't remove you from the room.
I just won't accept. I just won't accept going in.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All of
So
you will get a pop-up that says accept going into a room. All of you need to accept it. Roger and I will stay in this main meeting room.
Okay, let me see if I got everyone now.
I'm sorry, I have a question.
Sure.
I should have raised my hand.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Do we all have to agree on one leader, or does each person in the group have to choose a leader, and then we have 4 leaders?
You all do not have to agree on the leader. You just have to start talking about the qualities they have, the behavior, and their motivation. So you all could have 10 leaders essentially. Like one person can think 3 different people are leader, but you're not focused on necessarily who the leader is. You're focused on the qualities they have, the behaviors they have, and how they motivate people. In theory, you don't even have to say who that leader is.
Mm-hmm. So basically, what we will have at the end is a list of qualities, a list of behavior, and motivation. That's what we're gonna look at.
Yes, you're not gonna discuss necessarily who that. Not that the person isn't important; they are, but we're not talking about the person as an individual. We're talking about their qualities, their behavior, and their motivation. So basically, their actions as a whole in these 3 subcategories. And then at the end of the 4 minutes, pick one person to speak on these 3 pillars.
Okay, so 4 minutes, right?
4 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I think we're about ready now.
All right.
Here we go.